Just kidding. Hello, everyone. I know it's early. I'm just kidding. It's late. It's 1 o'clock. I'm actually on time today. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's a beautiful day in paradise, even though it's cold. It's one of those things because I'm here in San Diego, California, and the weather is like gray. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's kind of like icky and kind of like, I don't know. It's a day of reflection. It's a day of gratitude. It's a day of recognizing the beautiful things that are in our world. It's also a day of just being, not expecting, not wanting, just allowing things to flow in its natural manner, in its natural way. During this morning's meditation, hey Lori, how you doing, dear? Oh my God, you're hot in Texas. Lori says that it's hot in Texas. Can you imagine? Good Lord. I know it's 1 o'clock here, right? It's 1 o'clock here, and it's like overcast or whatever you want to call it. It's gray outside. It's icky. It's no fun. It's that weather that just kind of wants to keep you under the covers and not really go anywhere, do anything, kind of just lay low. You know what I mean? Kind of one of those days. Good morning or good afternoon, Kate. I see. To me, it's still morning. I'm still trying to function from the morning time. It seemed like this day has just gone like that. I know Keith is getting ready for work, and he's like, it's time. So, anyways, hi, Keith. Kate says hi, Keith. Sorry, my even my allergies are like kicking in. Keith says hi. So my allergies are even kicking in. I don't know. Hey, prima. So of course there is no secret here, right? We open up our bedroom window and the neighbor likes to smoke weed. Him and his old lady, I guess, whatever. I don't know. It's their deal. So we had the window opening, right? We had the window open. Hello, Nicole. We had the window open. All of a sudden, shoom, all this, whatever. There's no judgment here, right? So we close our window, right? And it just like, I don't know. My nose got all weird. I don't know. It just like, I like not allergic reaction, but just kind of one of those things. I don't know. Whatever. I didn't get high. It's not like that. But it's just kind of like, ugh. It's like skunk or something. I smell like a skunk. We're like, is there a skunk outside in the middle of the day? But anyways, long story short, yeah, we shut the window and it's kind of like it like hit me right here. It's like allergies. So anyways, that's been my morning, afternoon. So if you guys watched yesterday's show, it was actually pretty good. Me and Debbie, we did some free readings like we do every Friday. And it was like amazing energy. It was like good stuff. We had so many different things going around. So a bunch of newbies, and we love newbies. I know, right, Prima? I was just kind of like, man, we're like, is that a skunk outside? We were tripping. My cousin Sabrina says, you didn't breathe in long enough. No, man, they're like hardcore. We're like, dang. Whew. It was like, I'm gonna shut the window, because Gypsy, my dog, is in there. Our dog is in the room too, and she's like, whoa. Stupid. I mean, that's why she always comes inside, because she's like, I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but I don't want no part of it. My grandmother's talking right now. She's like, oh, whatever. So anyways, long story short, yeah, last night's show was actually really good. We love the newbies. We love to see people, and the channel is growing, Psychic Fixes, the page is growing, and, many blessings going on. So anyways, this morning we were doing our meditation. And in this new medicine man that I have, this new spirit guide that came to me this past week as I was doing some energy work with a really nice lady. The gift that he gives today is a medicine. A lot of people are receiving medicine from Mother Earth. What I mean by medicine is the healing, the releasing. And this morning when he was doing that meditation, that grounding meditation with Keith and I, the medicine that's coming in from Mother Earth into our feet, into our foot chakras, A lot of us are not able to handle some of that. So we have to keep in mind we need to get our rest. We need to drink lots of water. Some of us may want to change our diet. Some of us may want to even, I mean, everything is shifting right now for you guys, for all of us. I'm no separate than anybody else. I'm just a lot more sensitive to a lot of those things. Keep in mind that even people are going to start to fall out of your life if they have not already. Let them go. Because let me tell you, as hard as it is, the ones that we love, I don't care who it is, family, friends, whatever it may be. Sometimes it's even our own children. We have to step back in order for healing to take place so that we are able to move forward. It's called tough love for everybody that's in, in that space and in that time. But trust me, the healing will come. The healing will come. And the lessons that need to be learned by these other people, whether, again, they may be our own children, family, friends, whatever, whoever they may be, keep in mind, they have their own lessons to learn. They're receiving their own activations themselves. They're healing themselves from within. And that is a big deal for a lot of people. I don't know why, but I've been giving Keith shit the last couple of days. And he's like, just like this morning, he's like, why are you being so mean to me? And I'm like, I'm not meaning to be. I'm trying to be, funny, but I guess it's coming out wrong. I guess it's coming out, whatever. Because, we like to josh each other. We like to, poke at each other, whatever, funny. And he's just like, no, man, that was kind of hit a sensitive spot. That kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. So you know what? Sometimes we, the energy that we have, we get built up. We get built up with this energy. We're moving things. Things are shifting, and it's just kind of like, okay, this is different from yesterday. So, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So keep in mind, yeah, people are going to be a little bit more emotional these days, a little bit more sensitive to certain things, and that's not a bad thing. We're not out to purposely insult anybody or purposely hurt somebody's feelers. That happens. I apologize. Sometimes that does happen. So, with that being said, when we look at something from somebody else's perspective, that's a lot of things that we don't do, right? Like when we're just like, oh, cut it out. You're just being too sensitive. No, sometimes somebody is in that sensitive. Their energies are flowing and they're releasing stuff, and that's happening a lot these days. It's happening all year. It's been happening to a lot of people, and they're just like, damn, why am I so sensitive today? Or on certain times or around certain people. That's because there's probably some healing going on in between the two of you, or some whatever it may be. So whatever it is, just let it be. Don't question it, but at the same time, just be okay with it. If it's meant to be, it'll be. If not, then let it go. And that's what a lot of the lessons that are being learned today is people learning how to let go of stuff. How many times has somebody come up to you and told you, hey, guess what? Remember that shit you did 10 years ago? Whatever. Even parts of my own life that I did stupid stuff back in the day when I was younger. Some people still look at you through those eyes. They judge you through those eyes. Yeah, they look at you and they say, oh, yeah, you haven't changed. You haven't been, what I mean? That kind of thing. They stay in that mentality. They stay in that. But, that's their struggle. For whatever reason, maybe that's what makes them feel better about looking at you when you were down in your time in your life to pump themselves up. Even if it's just for that 1 second, it pumps them up until they're able to release those lower vibrational energies. You know what I'm talking about. Could be family, friends, whoever it may be. And when you look at that energy and you see somebody that looks at you through those eyes of who you were in not the greatest times of your life, that person has a lot of inner work to do. That person has a lot of in here that needs to be healed within themselves, because they can't let that go. I let that go many years ago. That's a done deal. Sometimes in our lives, we have to go through the shit show to get to where we are today. Because how are we going to know? How are we going to learn the lesson? How are we going to be able to understand how I got who created me? Yeah, how did I create myself? How did I get right here? You can't speak your truth if you haven't walked the, I mean, you always speak your truth, but how can you tell your story when there is no story to tell? In the weakest times of our lives, in the ugliest times of our life, in the happiest times of our life, in those moments where we think that, hey, you know what? I made some bad decisions, but you know what? It made me stronger than who I am. It taught me to stand up on my feet and never to go that route again. It taught me to never trust, this type of person that can lure me back into that lifestyle, right? Birds of a feather flock together. You see that flock coming by, you keep doing you, right? You don't get back up in that flock again, right? Or regardless of what it is, saving money, going out drinking with your friends when you got alcohol at home, setting whatever your deal is, you know what I mean? Whatever your deal is, saving money. That's working on your credit, trying to buy a house. We all have our own deals, things that we want for our lives. But are we living for the moment, right? But I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have a good vacation first before I think about getting my priorities straight. I'm just as guilty as anybody else here. If there are any folks out there like that, that's me. I own it. I acknowledge it. And now I'm making changes to make my world better, to move forward, to do better things with my life. You do what you can, right? We're only human, right? We're here we're third beings having human experience. So anyways, yeah. I don't know. I didn't really have a topic today. I'm just kind of like going with the flow. Oh, but I do have some good news. I have a new grandchild. She was born yesterday. Thank you. Thank you to the universe. She is, and thank you, of course, to my daughter. She is the sweetest, most lovingest, most beautifulest child, well, besides my other two grandchildren. She is a starseed. She is a powerhouse. Thank you. She is a healer, and she is her own little medicine woman, little medicine lady. She is of a generation of like no other. She will grow up to see so many different things in life on the other side that not many of us at our own age could. A lot of children being born these days, even for my other grandchildren, they have the eyes. They are the seers. They are much more sensitive. And I know we've discussed this before, Debbie and I, on other shows, that these newer generations, they are born sensitive. They are born already with the eyes that can see. And it's a beautiful thing because a lot of them, they don't know it. They don't know it until later on when they grow up, such as myself. Maybe there was a little, tip here and there. But now they stand in their power from the time that they come into this world. They remember their life purpose. So it's very exciting. I seen a picture of her and her eyes already, the way that her eyes are, it's amazing. Because I was telling Keith yesterday, I said, just looking at her picture, my third eye began to tingle and my body was just kind of like, so she's a powerhouse. There is a connection, there is a bond, as there is with my other granddaughters, but this one is different. So anyways, thank you guys, everything. Yeah. And my youngest daughter today turns 29. My youngest of the Mohicans, she turns 29. So it's a beautiful thing. It's good stuff. Life is good. Good things are happening. And those are the celebrations that really matter amongst all the other things going on in the world. Those are the things that take us back to who we truly are and who we truly have, who make us, those moments of love. Yeah, it's Chris's birthday today too. Yeah, there's three people on my list. There's Chris and there's somebody else. I can't remember. Chris and somebody else, two other people. They have birthdays today. Anyways, long story short. So yeah, Natalie, I'm sorry that you're having a bad day, my dear. Let's see here. Let's do some readings. Let's just do some readings. I woke up kind of in a funk because I didn't sleep very well because I was traveling most of the night, even though I shouldn't have. I woke up tired. I know Keith is tired. I think Keith did a lot of traveling last night too. Also, kind of grandchild. And but anyways, Natalie's having a bad day. I'm feeling excited about the December 21st Jupiter and Saturn. Yes, Nicole, man, that energy is already flowing right now. It's already flowing right now. I see that you've got something around you, some galaxies flowing, some stars around you. I see you've got a lot of that energy that just continues to just, you're in your manifestation stage right now. So, Nicole, whatever you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, but also keep in mind to keep it positive. Walk in your truth, stay in your truth, work your medicine, meaning be the light worker, be the healer, but also, you know, um, manifest what you want. Start with healing, and you'll be able to really reel in every single thing that you want from there on. The perfect home, the perfect, I don't know, family situations will heal. A lot of that energy, the struggles of this year, a lot of band-aids are being pulled off, and we're finding no wounds at all underneath. Meaning that things that we keep continued to put band-aids on over the years and even generations are being pulled off those band-aids, and finally there is no scar. There is no marking of anything that's ever um, a blemish. Everything is being healed internally to the outside of everything who we are, and it's like it never existed. And this is what being in that high vibrational energy will do for you. It's about releasing and healing those lower vibrational energies that continue to hold us back, or that have held us back. Or you know what? We may not even know that it was holding us back. We may, an old ancestral wound that we didn't even know we had. But our ancestors, they tell us. They sometimes we relive the same emotion over and over again. The same events because we haven't healed that wound in us, or maybe from an ancestor. Most of the time, it's our own. We carry on, whether it may be from a relationship that wasn't right for us, or our thoughts of how we feel about ourselves, or anything that may be that's of a lower vibrational energy. It doesn't things that don't suit our best and highest good. We have to let those things go. We have to forgive, but we have to forgive ourselves. In order for us to move forward with those wonderful things in life, we have to forgive ourselves. We can only live on how we were raised and how we were brought up to believe, to think. I just seen this thing yesterday on Facebook, and I shared it with my sister and my cousins, with the twins. And it's funny because I remember Nana would always tell us, she's gonna get mad. Nana used to always tell us when we would sit down at the dinner table to always eat our food to make, because it would make us big and strong. Well, yeah, it made us big, because we're all big. We're all big boned in our family, right? But you know what? Those are the ancestral things that we grew up. Don't waste your food, because you know what? That's just not good. That's not, you know what I mean? Because there's people suffering outside. There's kids. How many times did your parents tell you there's kids starving in different parts of the world, and here you are having a happy meal and you can't even finish it all? You know what I mean? That kind of thing that our parents taught us, or told us, and that's how we grow up with, right? Right? But am I lying? Right? Our parents tell us that, right? Our ancestors tell us that. It is what it is. That's what they tell us. That's how we grew up. So, yeah, that's a story. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know what, Carlos? I'm doing good. I'm feeling tired. Kind of got a little bit of a headache, but Spirit says it's showtime. Like when I asked her, I said, "How you doing?" And she sent me that picture of Beetlejuice, and she's like, "It's showtime." So I'm like, "Oh." So, anyways, that's what my spirit guide sent to me this morning. regardless of how we feel. Whenever I share my visions or my medicine with you or whatever it may be, I do a healing, even just by the words that I say. If it reaches one person, that means that my medicine has been accepted. And when Spirit says to me, when you are sending that medicine, those words, they affect people and it heals. So even when I feel good and I share my medicine and it helps to heal me too. Because when I get done with my show, I'm going to feel really good because I know it's going to touch some of you guys and it's going to make you feel like, okay, you know what? She helped me today. And this is what I'm here for, the medicine. Thank you. I really, not only but the past week, I've been feeling like something has been getting me excited. See, and this is the thing, is that you have already gone through, Nicole, you've already gone through or you're going through the dark night of the soul. The inner work is coming, and at this time of year, trust me, the karma is coming back to people. The good stuff, all that stuff is coming back to people. Whether it's the good, the bad, and the ugly, karma is coming back. And for those of you that have been digging ditches and putting in the work and really reaching out to improve yourself and to forgive yourself and love yourself unconditionally and healing those wounds, guess what? You're clearing yourself of karma that has dragging, that has been around, that you've been carried for so long. This karma that's coming back to you is your reward. And a lot of people are going to get their good karma that is going to just turn their life around. It's going to take you to a place you never knew existed. It's going to touch your finances. It's going to touch you. For you, Nicole, it's going to touch your finances. It's going to touch everything that's in your life. Your family is going to heal. You're going to find abundance in work, relationships, in love, all that stuff, because you've been putting in the work, Nicole. Understanding that the power that you have just within your mind is enough to clear the path for you. Nicole, you can do it. I know you can. I like when I step into your energy, it's like good stuff. It's top shelf stuff, sister. So you got it. You got it, man. Just, you know what? Ride the wave. Ride the wave. Don't shift. Don't set back into that. Do what makes you happy at the same time. Keep in mind, when you're manifesting, two greatest rules of manifesting. When you're manifesting, when you make sure that you manifest in a way that it does not hurt anybody else. Rule number 2, whatever you're manifesting, you do not take from somebody else to have for yourself, because that shit don't work and it won't stick. Because we want everyone around us to be prosperous and be abundant in life, in love, in home, in family, and all that, because what you wish for everybody else comes back to you tenfold. I bless you and I leave you with that. Carlos, we've always loved Beetlejuice. It's really funny. We've always, Carlos, we've always been, Adam's family. My kids, we've always been the Adam's family. I say that with much respect. My daughter looks like Cara Mia. It's funny, her baby shower, she was dressed up as Cara Mia, the long black dress, everything. It was beautiful, good stuff. Anyways, you're welcome, Nicole. Good stuff is coming, man. Shit, you're gonna have a good year next year. Hey, man, don't forget, you heard it here. I'm kidding. You heard it here first, girl. I'm just kidding. Good stuff is coming, man. Just ride the wave, man. Don't expect anything. And that's what a lot of things too. That's what really sucks. With me, I can manifest all day long, but then I'm like, but then I want, and then no, you can't control that. Because you know what? This is another rule. I hate rules, but you know what? This is what I'm saying. When you have something, when you're manifesting something, and I'm just like, I want $365,000. I don't know why this number always rattles in my head. $365,000. Where it's coming from, I have no idea, but the universe always throws that in my head. But you know what? What if the universe wants to give me $365 million? And I'm limiting my manifestation to 365,000. You see what I mean? You see how like I don't know, you know what I mean? That's like what if I'm screwing myself? So that's why we got to let go of that control. We got to let go of that control of, you know what? No, no, no. Oops, sorry. I'm going to manifest this for myself. I want it this way, that way. No. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go to IHOP and you get that pancake and it's just like, oh, it's just so good. And the next time you go, it's not that great. You're like, hey, you got pancakes, didn't you? You got some pancakes, right? I bless you and I'll leave you with that. I know my grandmother's just like right here. She's like, you know what? Eat all your food. It's just, I'm having a goofy day, you guys. It's goofy. All right. Hey, Rosa, it's good to see you again. How's that business going with your husband? I see there's been a shift in that energy. I see that there's been a switch off. That person, I see there's something that's the wind. Somebody's been kind of pushed back. So I don't know if you told your husband and he took my advice, but I see that the wolf is kind of, and I love wolves. Don't get me wrong, but the sheep in wolf's clothing has kind of stepped back and is kind of like waiting to pounce, to move on to that, to get involved with that job with your husband and that thing. And your husband may not know it, but I think he set that wolf in sheep's clothing back, and that's a good thing, because now all of his ducks are going to fall in a row, and it's a beautiful thing. I love it. I think it's great. Oh, here we got our first troll. I am Matundi. I have no idea who you are, but these people don't know their spiritual laws. They just don't know their spiritual laws. Troll Central. We got a winner. Sorry, guys. I don't know why trolls. Ay, cabrón. I don't know. Carlos, I know you've been helping others. Carlos, you've been helping others tremendously. I can totally see your energy has been like, it's taken off. It's kind of gone on a low, excuse me, on a low, excuse me, and then it takes off again. It kind of goes up and down. Because I do see a little bit of your own emotions getting involved in there. This is very hard because I remember, Carlos, in the very beginning when I first started on this journey. I'm sure you'll remember when I would give readings, and being extremely empathic, I would not always, but there were times where I would give somebody a reading and I'd freaking start crying because I couldn't hold back my emotions, because I can feel the heartbreak of the people, of the viewers and that kind of thing. I can still feel it, but I'm able to control it, able to maintain that energy so that I'm not absorbing it off of them from the screen, but I'm able to stay in my power and help to heal that pain. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because when it comes to helping people and running and working with energy, a lot of us are absorbing their energy. So I believe that you were able to, in what you're doing it, but you're absorbing some of their energy. So I want you to do me a favor, Carlos, and ground yourself. Continue to ground yourself. I want you to call on the spirit guides. I want you to call on the archangels. I want you to call on whoever you believe in, whoever you follow, whoever is in your heart at that moment. I see that there's a grandmother figure that's with you. She is very loving. She says, "Oh, that's my Carlos." And she is absolutely lovely. And what she's saying to me is that she's trying to help you to shift your energy to where you're able to decipher what belongs to you and what doesn't belong to you. What she's saying also is that she absolutely loves you. She says your work is really making you tired, and she's trying to help you gauge when to give up, not give up, but like when to stop, because you're overgiving, you're overpouring. She says, you need to fill your tank, you need to fill, ground, meditate, come back to yourself and replenish all that you're putting out. It's not easy. It's taken me a long time to be able to get to where I'm at right here, because I feel so much, and I know you feel so much, that you're able to, push that forward because you want to help. But at the same time, you need to hold back what's in here for yourself. And it's a mutual shift of energy. Does that make sense? It's not that you're taking something from them. You're leaving that energy that they need, but you're helping to release that energy that no longer serves their best and highest good, to heal those wounds. I hope that helps you. I bless you and I leave you with that. Thank you for all that you do. Rosa, yes. Absolutely, Carlos. You got this. It's going to take some time. It ain't going to take forever, I promise you. I can't put a date. I can't put a time on it, because you know what? We all work energy in our own little way. It's all very different. Oh, yeah, Debbie, thank you. We now have stars. Are the stars working? I have no idea how they work, but Debbie says that she signed us up for stars, guys. So good stuff. Good stuff. Rosa, I want to get back on that topic. Thank you. Your husband knows exactly who it is. And you know what? I'm sure that he's just like, damn it. She confirmed it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, but that's okay. I know it may have I think I can see it's still bugging him, because he's like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's one of those situations where you're just kind of, your husband's like, man, I don't know if I should trust this. So he's kind of like on the fence about it. But keep in mind, you know what? This person comes in a real pretty wrapper, real pretty design, but on the inside, you open it, it's not going to be good. So make sure he's down. Well, don't make sure, but you know what I mean? Walk the path with him, and you will recognize this person as well. No, Carlos, I'm not in tears. I'm just tired, honey. Or just kind of, with a headache kind of thing. And I have no makeup on. This is all me. So let's see here. Let me go back up. I don't know. Natalie, what is it that you want to know, Natalie? Anyone? Callers? Who else would like a reading? CM Gonzalez? Oh, Jen. Jen. Jen, we spoke to you yesterday, correct? Or Debbie did your message yesterday, right? I remember you. You're welcome, Nicole. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get to... Hello, Carmen. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Carmen. Carmen. I see you fantasizing. My grandmother is standing here, and she's showing me, along with the spirit guide, they're showing me you're standing there, you're looking around in the sky, and you're imagining the perfect person, the perfect man, the perfect job, the perfect, you have the imagination that is actually very lovely. Imagination is something that a lot of people don't carry with them anymore, because we've been programmed to think in the real world: work, home, family, husband. But you have an imagination that I think that is able to get you what you want, to get you what you need. Your energy is actually, it's Like right now, my stomach is a little upset. It's kind of like you're this nervousness that you have. And this nervousness that you have is something that is not really necessary. You have so many questions. You're absorbing so many different thoughts and emotions. And I think a lot of that has to do with just wanting too much all at the same time. In order for those things to come through that you're asking for, is you're going to want to really find out exactly what you need. What do you need right now? Not what you want. And see, some people, I give them the option to figure out what you want, and your wants and needs are two different things. But right now, I'm spirit saying you need to find out exactly what you need. Do you really need a relationship? I don't think you really do. Because right now, in order for you to get realistically to where you want to be in your life, you're going to have to be able to do a little bit of sacrificing to get to that finish line that you want to get to. Job, the security, the having the I don't see you being tied down. You're like, I don't want to be tied down. You want all these things, but you don't want to be tied down. So the confusion that you're putting out to the universe of your wants and of your needs is something that's actually confusing the energy. Because I see these clouds around your head. You're standing there in the street and you're looking at all these different things. You got an imagination. You got all these manifestations coming, but they're actually not going anywhere. They're just kind of standing here. They're, like those bubbles, like in the comics, the little bubble, and then in there it has what they say. I see a bunch of those over your head, like the car, the house, the money. I see money in one bubble and children in another. So those also could be many different levels of worrying, but at the same time, it's a lot of different levels of what can I get rid of? What should I keep? What should I change? And then of course over here I see a bubble and there's a group of maybe 6 girls. And you're also trying to shift in the energy of like, who do you really need to hang around with? Who can you trust? Who can you know what I mean? Who takes your words as sacred? And this is one thing when I tell my sister and I tell my cousins, the twins, when we go out to dinner once a month, we like to spend time together. But it's also time where we sit there and we get to talk about our problems, concerns, comments, whatever it may be. It's just where we're able to talk, right? We're able to just sit here and just be who we are and be vulnerable, right? And sometimes in the conversations, we are able to be, whenever we get to something and we're like, okay, this is in the vault. This part of the conversation, this is in the vault. It's not repeated. It doesn't leave this table. It's sacred because we talk to each other and we try and heal each other and we give each other advice on situations, whether it may be family, friends, our children, whatever it may be, job, whatever it may be. And these are the kind of people I think that you're searching for too, that you're able to, oh, Jerry, get out of town. I think these are the kind of people that you're looking for. So you will find your own tribe. Sorry, we had another troll. You will find your own tribe. You will find your own people, the kind that you're able to trust, the kind that you're able to be with. And yeah, because life has become kind of boring. I mean, yeah, oh, okay. Married 18 years, 6 kids and 2 grandkids. Yeah, I know. I've been there. Absolutely. So now this is a time for you to be able to find out, what do you do for you? So you're kind of clearing. This is like another episode of Dark Night of the Soul. How do you clear those old things? Like, what? Another thing, what Spirit is saying is start going through your house and start getting rid of things that you no longer use. Donate those things. I'm not saying get rid of, family heirlooms or nothing. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's time for you to carry on with the things that no longer, you know what I mean? The things that don't weigh you down. Make sure that you're able to carry through with, through the new year with things that, suit your best and highest good. It's time for a lot of people to lighten their load. And I think that's exactly what you're going through. So I hope that helps you. Yeah. Declutter. Oh yeah. Move that energy around your house. Dust in corners you haven't dusted in a long time. I'm not saying you got a dirty house. I'm just saying sometimes we need to really take inventory of what we're holding on to, what we don't need, what we want, those kind of things, and bring out, get rid of the old stuff and bring in the new stuff. Meaning maybe we just have to shift what we have going on in the house, move the furniture around a little bit, change those things that we normally just leave in our house, like that vase that's been in the corner for the longest time. That's, you're just like, I don't know. Does that make sense? Okay, you completely understand. All right, Carmen, I bless you and I leave you with that. I know you were getting it, but my grandmother just kept going, oh yeah, she can change it. When Nana gets involved, man, it's on. Okay, so let's see here. Who do we got here? Vicky Minor. You're fine, honey. You're welcome. Yeah, my mother, she doesn't mess around. When Nana gets involved, Nana's like totally, she's hardcore. My grandmother is one who is, she is my father's mother. And it's funny because she's overall empowering, women empowered, because, she knows the struggle. She lived the struggle. She was born in 1920. So she says she used to give us shit all the time. Because how we have, because we have washers and dryers. She's like, hi, you don't know how I suffer. She did everything by hand. She's like, you don't know how easy you have a washer and a dryer. We used to hang our clothes. She's like, we didn't have no damn Burger King. She's like, we didn't have Burger King. I love you. Keith is going to work, guys. I love you. I love you. She says, we didn't have Burger King. She's like, man, they used all that stuff. All that stuff. They didn't have the luxury through. She didn't have the luxury of those things. And taking care of all the kids and doing all that stuff. I mean, we just say, oh, we can laugh at that now. We used to talk, yeah, you know what, man, we got it good. And anyways, and she's like, that's not funny. So anyways, yeah, she's pretty funny. But anyways, yeah, she ain't gonna let me live that down. So as I was saying, let's see. Let's look at. Who did I say I was going to here? We have another troll here. I'm so sorry. I was sleeping on the troll patrol. Vicky Minor. That's what I was going to talk to. Vicky Minor. You're another worry wart. When I tap into your energy, right, I see you. Spirit shows me you're like tap dancing. You're just kind of like going back and forth from one room to the next. Actually, I take it back. You're standing in the kitchen and you're just kind of like walking around the table. You're going back to the stove. You're going back to the pantry. Then you turn around, you're going back to the sink because you have dishes in the sink, maybe a spoon. And you're just like, I think I got to clean. Or I think I got to this. Slow down. You are being guided, divinely guided. And those decisions that you're trying to make about this, that, and all this other stuff is not suiting your best and highest good. Take a deep breath in. Realize how beautiful you truly are. Understanding that power you have in your heart, your words, and in your hands. You can heal yourself from all these worries and all these different thoughts that seem to always just be, I have to be on a schedule. I have to jot this stuff down. I have to make sure I'm on, you know, um, I understand you wear many, many, many hats at certain times. It may be your job, it may be your family, it may be just who you are. It just may be how your mother was back in the day. Sometimes we pick up the habits that we're just like, oh my gosh, how many times have we heard that? How many, oh, I would never want to grow up to be my mother, or whatever that was. And all of a sudden you're like, you're acting like your mom. You're like, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard that before? You're just like your mother, but not in a mean way, but you're just kind of like, we get those characteristics. Like my oldest daughter, just kind of the way she is. She's just stubborn. I don't know where she got it from. I have no idea. And then I'm like, oh, she got it from me, damn it. It's just those kind of things. Great love is at your door, Spirit says to me. Great love is in the area. My ears are buzzing. Great love comes to those that you're missing out on blessings. You're missing out on some things that will always come back to you. Keep in mind, okay, that what is meant for you will always be meant for you. But you are a busybody. I'm just getting this. You're just like a busybody. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But just keep in mind that what we do today is going to pole vault us in our future for our karma and all that good stuff. Cause and effect, karma, cause and effect. But did you enjoy the moment when you were there, right here, right now? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you into the now. I'm going to bring you into the now. I'm going to close that clutter. I'm going to get rid of that clutter. Wait, where's my cauldron? Where's my cauldron? I'm going to bring you into the now. I'm going to bring you into the now. So everything that you do right now, everything you do right now, it's going to be in the now. The food that you taste, it's going to taste so much better. The view through your eyes, it's going to be so much prettier, vivid, loving. Because right now, you're going to begin to live in the now. The softness of your hearing, you will hear more love. You will hear the birds, the wind, the medicine that comes through Mother Earth, through the wind, through the sun. All of those lovely things you will begin to notice now. Enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, and you will be able to really be in touch, and you will be so much more into your clarity than ever before in your life. It'll bring a big change. I bless you and I leave you with that. Good stuff. Don't be scared. Just allow it to be. Don't try and control it. Just allow it to be. Okay, Carla, I had a question. Let's see. Well, we all have psychic ability, Jen. Everybody does. It depends on how you're using it. We all have 5 senses, right? Smell, taste, see, hear, touch, right? It's those other senses that we have, the clairs, right? Clairsentient, clair, whatever. Oh, Jerry, you're tripping. Troll number 3. The trolls are busy on a Saturday. Those senses that we have. We need to sharpen them as we do a knife. The sharper the knife that we want, the more we have to take the time to do the strokes, on the whatever you do on the stone, in order for us to be able to reach those outer levels, upper levels, however you want to look at those. Now keep in mind, you know how you call somebody, oh, if walla, blah, blah, beat, kick rocks. I'm not playing today. Sorry, another troll. I don't like that. They don't know their spiritual laws. They don't know them. So anyways, whenever you're, say, I remember back in the day, you remember that commercial? Remember that commercial? The mother, she's at home washing dishes, and all of a sudden she gets this horrible pain in her hand. And she's right away thinks of her daughter, and she's like, oh my God, there's something wrong with my daughter. So she calls her daughter, and her daughter, like something like icky, bad had happened to her daughter. That's a sixth sense. You're at home and you're like, you know what? All of a sudden, like my sister will pop into my head. I'll be like, man, I gotta call my sister. I gotta call her. Just because she's thinking of me and I'm thinking of her. So then automatically, sometimes I get a text from her, or I'll shoot her a text. Hey man, just thinking about you. You just popped in my head. Or maybe she's going through something. Whatever those emotions may be, that is a sixth sense. That's your intuition telling you, hey, somebody's thinking of you, and they want you to get at them, or for whatever reason, I see, there is that sensitivity. We all have that sensitivity. We all have it. Some of us are at a higher level because we've just either we were born like that, we've honed our skill over these many moons, or sometimes when people go through a traumatic event is when they actually have been pole vaulted into a spiritual awakening. My episode happened, I've always been like this ever since I was a child, but then I kind of like pushed it away because I was different. Yes, I had imaginary friends. Yes, I had all that stuff going on. I learned a lot from my grandmother, who was just like, be who you are. It is what it is, whatever. But also, I was in a car accident in 2015 with my granddaughter, and it was extremely traumatic. We're fine. Thank God. Thank the universe. But at the same time, it took me to a place that I was just like, boom. I was completely pole vaulted into my spiritual awakening. Just like Debbie. Debbie, the owner of Psychic Fixes, she had, when she was a child, she had died, or briefly, what do you call it? When they die and then they come back. That's what happened. They get those gifts become, if they didn't already have the gifts become more, more out there. They become more, you become more sensitive. So absolutely, in certain ways, and everybody's so different. So like right now, if you're asking me, I can see you, to me, it's kind of like, yeah, you are, but to a certain level, like baby steps kind of sort of thing. But until you know exactly what you want on your, because it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. If you guys have, for those of you who watch the show all the time, Debbie is very, very good at her tarot cards. Also she can do, also Debbie does the, what do you call it? The tarot cards, but she also is very spiritually inclined. She gets, messages, she gets all that. She's the full package. Me, on the other hand, I do a lot of, man, you're tripping. A lot of people that I do get are, a lot of the message that I get is just channeled messages from my spirit, from spirit guide, from my higher self, from my, those are the ones that I get. I'm not really, I can use tarot cards. I can. I just choose not to, because either way, the message for me is just going to come through. What spirit wants you to know is what spirit wants you to know. If your grandmother wants you to know something, your grandmother, a spirit, if I'm channeling your grandmother or a relative of yours, those words come straight from them, through me, to you. They don't need tarot cards to explain that. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, there are times where the tarot cards, absolutely, absolutely, they can give you that extra guidance because spirit does want to speak on that end. But that's why I kind of just, man, I'm a free bird. Everybody's gift is different for everybody else. No single person has the same gift as the next. Some people are more sensitive than others, and some people, are less sensitive. It's very different. A lot of deja vu moments. A lot of deja vu moments say that people are. Um, a lot of people have deja vu moments to where it's one of those things where deja vu, they say it's like you have lived in that moment before. You're like, oh, whoa, I've been here before in another dimension, maybe in a previous life. That moment was just so familiar. It may not be with the same people, but a lot of times it is with the same people. Maybe you had a life contract with them in another life. There are many people within our lives, friends, family, whoever they may be. We carry the same, we travel with them from life to life because, that's just our choice. We however, whatever, for whatever reason it may be. And it's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. When we pick our life choice, it is what it is. We have our own reasons of why we come into a life, a contract with somebody else. Maybe it's to heal. Maybe it's for on the path to enlightenment. We all have different reasons on why we do what we do. Because you said your third eye was more engaged, not exactly. Yeah, with certain people, sometimes it becomes very. Last night, because my daughter was in labor, I was extremely sensitive because, her what she was going through, those kind of things. But yesterday, I was on high alert. On many different levels. So that's what happens to certain people. And when you speak to another sensitive person, there's a lady who comes on our show, and I've been on her shows, Kathy, very nice lady. She's an amazing healer. She has a Reiki group, a Reiki group that she, is head of, and she's a beautiful lady. And whenever her and I get online right away, my body feels warm. My third eye becomes activated, like even more than before. My head begins to spin a little bit. And when I am with like-minded people like that, like with Debbie, we both, we're on the same high vibration, and we have that reaction with one another. So it all depends. And this is why I tell people you need to ground yourself, because it's very important. Because when it's like radar, tractor beam, just like that. You run into somebody, that's why you run into somebody that's in the street, right? Somebody who's spiritually sensitive. And you're just like, whoa, what's up with them? You're like, you feel different. Like, not a chill, but maybe a chill, but you're just kind of like, you feel all of a sudden like you just feel like, whoa, this is great. This is good. Not a scary thing. It's just like all of a sudden you're just kind of like, whoa, it's their vibration. They're a very high vibrational person. No BS. I used to go to the school when I first started out with my cousin Lisa Watts, who I speak of a lot on the show. She's the one that helped me begin the spiritual journey that I have, opened me up to this. And one of the teachers there, one of the head guys, amazing energy, very mellow. When I look at it now, when I look back at it and I look at his energy, I hear this very relaxing, but it's kind of like that 110 megahertz or whatever it is, hertz, whatever. And it's one of those kind of energies that it puts you in the zone of relaxation and higher thinking, if that makes sense. When you look at him, or when I would look at him, I would always, now that I look back at it, I look at him and I see him now. He's always traveling in space. Just always. Never on land. Never touching the earth. His body, his etheric, is traveling. But his avatar is always walking. You know how you say some people, oh yeah, man, he's like out of this world. He's kind of like, you know, like he's like here but not here. It's a higher realm thinker. That's somebody who likes to astral travel all the time because it's better out there. There's no boundaries. There's no walls. You can do anything you want. It's very magical. And until you're able to experience it, like a lot of you are probably what do you call it? Astral traveling when you sleep, and you have that dream. You smell the food, or you smell the flowers. You taste. You walk. You feel the ground under your feet, or you're flying and you feel the air and the wind on your face. You wake up and you're like, I've been there. I know I've been there. You may even have a deja vu about it. If you could be in that zone each and every moment of your life and be happy, would you not want to stay there? Would you want to come back to this shit show here? Honestly, I love Mother Earth, don't get me wrong, but when I travel, I love to travel. I do. I love it. Where you can go and be you and do whatever you want to do, get the messages, get that energy, share, speak with them people. Oh, Young, you need to cut it out. These trolls. So anyways, I hope that that's helped you guys today. Yeah, Laura Lee, yeah, get at me, Laura Lee. I see good things coming for you too. I hope and pray I sent some energy to your daughter, some healing energies for her. Travel is good for you, getting you out there. I saw that picture on my Facebook. You look good. Your energy is beautiful. That energy just keeps flowing. And when you look at it, it's like, just be who you're going to be. You're in the zone. You're another one, Laura Lee. You're in the flow. Or Lori Lola, I'm sorry. You're in the flow. And a lot of you people are so in the flow right now. Don't try and control it. Don't try and name it. Don't try and, because when you name shit too, this is another thing what Buddha said. Well, the moment you name something is when you try and own it. You don't own anything. I don't own anything. I am the light I am. We are all one. We are all healers. And for the majority of you on the show today, you are all healers as well. As my hands are tingling as I hold them up right now, I send you all healing, loving energy. I send you all that good stuff. I send you all of the prayer, all of the energy that you need to flow. Woo, that's static in my hands. I can't even see what I'm doing. But this is all we need, is to heal, and to love unconditionally, and to understand that we are all in the travels of a lifetime. We all chose to be here. This year is almost over, but man, the energy on the 21st is just going to wake so many people up, and you guys are going to just take that shift, and you're going to own it. You're going to love it, and you're going to find your truth, and you're going to be able to stand in your truth at all times and just be in love. I hope that helps you. Ooh, that's some good stuff. If I could just know how to do it. My hands are totally tingling. Take that energy from my hands. That medicine is good stuff. And I bless you and I leave you with that. You guys have a good, safe rest of your weekend. We will be back. What are we doing? I don't know, man. We'll be back. Wednesday, we got a good show too. Tuesday, don't forget Lady T has her dream interpretation. Man, she's top shelf. You guys got to get with Lady T on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. our time. Pacific time. Man, she's just telling them. She's explaining so much and bringing so much clarity to the world. It's a beautiful thing. Wednesday, Debbie and I will be back with our regular show on Wednesday. Friday, 6:30 p.m. We're going to be doing our show again. Free readings. Be there or be square. Just kidding. All right. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Good night. Bye.